Okay, so just imagine this for a second. What if you had a full-blown Hollywood-level visual effects team right inside your laptop, ready to bring any wild idea you have to life? Well, that's the kind of power we're going to get into today with Runway AI. And it's a platform that isn't just changing the game for creators, it's pretty much inventing a whole new one.
So let's just start with this one big question. What if you could direct a crazy blockbuster movie scene, but without a giant crew, without all the expensive cameras, just by typing out what you want to see? I mean, that's the wild possibility we're looking at here.
But before we get into all the cool tech, we gotta ask why. Why does a tool like this even need to exist? Well, it's because for decades, filmmaking has had this fundamental problem that honestly every creator knows way too well.
I mean, think about it. Making a movie, even just a short one, has always been this huge logistical nightmare. You need serious technical skills, a ton of money for gear, and just so many hours of work. So for every single story that actually gets made, you have to wonder, how many brilliant ideas just died on the vine because of those barriers?
And that is the exact dilemma Runway is trying to solve. It's stepping in not just as another piece of software, but as your own personal AI code director. So, what is Runway really? Well, at its heart, it's actually an AI research company that's all about mixing machine learning with art and design. But for us, for the users, it's this incredibly powerful online suite with over 30 different AI tools. And their mission? It's simple, but it's massive. Tear down the walls around filmmaking and let anyone with an idea create.
And let me tell you, their growth has been absolutely off the charts. They started back in 2018, basically as an art school project at NYU. Then, boom, 2022, they helped create Stable Diffusion, the model that completely changed AI image generation. A year later, they dropped Gen 1 and Gen 2, which were the first text-to-video models you could actually get your hands on. So yeah, it's really no surprise that with big names like Google and NVIDIA backing them, they're now valued at over $3 billion.
Okay, so what do you actually get when you log into this thing? Let's pop the hood and look inside this AI Toolbox.
Right, so this isn't just one magic button you press. No, it's a whole suite of powerful, specialized models. You can type in a spaceship flying through a nebula and it just makes it. Or you could upload a video of your dog and turn him into an anime character. You could even take a completely still photo and bring it to life with just a little bit of motion. The possibilities are just staggering.
Okay, so let's look at the two big players here, Gen 2 and the newer Gen 3 Alpha, because this really tells a story. On one hand, you have Gen 2. Think of it like the reliable workhorse. It gives you these super sharp 2K clips, and it has this amazing motion brush feature where you can literally paint on a photo to tell the AI what parts to animate. But then you have Gen 3 Alpha. It gives you longer clips, 10 seconds instead of 4, and it's faster, but the resolution drops a bit. And it costs more credits to use. And that's the big trade-off users are always making. Do I want more control and quality, or do I want more length and speed?
And the actual creative process? It's designed to be super intuitive. It's really just a simple 3-step loop. Step 1, you give it a prompt. That can be text, an image, even another video. Step 2, you hit generate and let the AI do its thing. And then step 3, you refine it. Maybe you make the clip longer, or you edit it, or you use another one of our AI tools to get it just right. It's this constant cycle of create, tweak, create, tweak.
So this super simple workflow, it's unlocking this massive wave of new, creative projects. And honestly, there's no better place to see what's really possible than at Runway's own AI Film Festival. It's a showcase for what happens when you put these powerful tools in the hands of real artists.
Yeah, and the festival's mission statement really just captures the whole spirit of what's happening. They say it's about giving creators the tools of tomorrow to build a new creative era. And you know what? When you actually see the films they're showcasing, you kind of start to believe it.
And the results are just wow. The top prize went to a film called Total Pixel Space, which has this mind-blowing idea of containing every possible digital image. Then you've got Jailbird, a story told from the perspective of a chicken that's been sent to prison. Yep, you heard me right. And then One, this beautiful, epic sci-fi story. The big takeaway here is that these aren't just tech demos. These are real, actual, compelling films being made with this new tech.
Okay, so for all its incredible power, what's the practical reality of using Runway every day? This is where the story gets, well, a little more complicated.
First things first, let's talk about the price. Now, you can mess around with it for free, but if you want to get serious, you need a subscription. And the unlimited plan, you're looking at $76 a month. I mean, that's right up there with a full Adobe Creative Cloud subscription, so the bar for what you get is set pretty high. And you can burn through that money fast. Just listen to this comment from a Reddit user talking about the new Gen 3 model. They said, "I did like 5 generations and it already maxed out my subscription, lol." And that right there, that highlights the real problem for creators. You want to experiment, but you're constantly watching your credits just disappear.
And on top of the cost, users run into other problems. The censorship filters can be, well, a little aggressive. They'll sometimes block harmless stuff with just a little blood, which is a huge issue for anyone working in, say, the horror genre. The clips are also super short, so you're always having to stitch scenes together. Getting a character or an object to look the same from shot to shot? Still a massive challenge. And at the end of the day, you just have way less precise control than you do with traditional editing software.
So, with all that in mind, the good and the bad, where does a tool like Runway really fit into the future of all this? Right now, I think the clearest way to look at Runway is this pivotal, incredibly powerful, but definitely imperfect first step. It's a tool that is already unlocking a kind of creativity we've just never seen before, but it's not the end of the journey. It's more like the opening scene in a much, much bigger movie about the future of how we tell stories.
And all of this leaves us with a really big question to think about. Is AI like this just a new kind of camera? Another tool that gives creators more ways to capture their vision? Or are we watching the birth of something completely different? A new kind of co-director, one that's actively involved in shaping the creative process itself? The truth is, that's a story that's still being written.